Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about under eye circles, and I know for myself I have struggled for many years with under eye circles. It took me a while to finally realize that I was doing it all wrong, so I want to share that with you guys today. So if you're somebody that struggles with under eye circles, then this video is for you. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Right off the bat, I just want to say that the most important thing to know about when you're treating your under eye circles or your dark circles is you must know what the reason is or what the cause is for the dark circles that you're experiencing. Without you truly knowing exactly what is causing your dark circles, it's gonna be really hard to treat it. Once again, I've mentioned it before, I am not an esthetician, I'm not a dermatologist. So any information that I share with you today is just based off my own experience, my own knowledge and research that I've done throughout the years. So starting off in no particular order, first reason why you might notice you have dark circles is because you have puffy eyes. So when you have puffiness underneath the eyes, it's going to create a shadowing underneath that eye area. So it's not actually that you have pigmentation that's causing your dark circles. It's because your eyes are puffy, and that could be due to you not sleeping well. That could be due to diet. If you are eating a lot of foods that are high in sodium, really salty foods, then you're gonna start noticing that puffiness, and that's what's going to accentuate the dark circles for you. So a very quick and simple way to remove the puffiness from your eyes is using a jade roller. So I have this one right here, and I bought this one at Sephora. It's a Sephora Collection mini roller. And what I like to do whenever I notice that my eyes are really puffy, especially after I ate something that was high in sodium or really salty, then I like to throw this in the fridge. When the jade roller is cool, it's gonna make it a lot easier to depuff. And especially it's gonna help to just massage and kind of drain out some of that fluid that has built up underneath your eyes. So I like to start from the inner corner of my eye, gently pressing outwards and just kind of working my way down. And I do that a couple of times and then I switch to my other eye. You wanna be really careful when you are using the jade roller. Our eye area is so sensitive and so delicate compared to the rest of the face. You don't need to apply a lot of pressure with the jade roller. You simply press it lightly against the skin and massage it out that way. The second reason for noticing under eye circles is thinning underneath the eye area. So personally for me, this was the reason that I was experiencing dark circles, or one of the reasons, I guess I should say. There was another reason that I'll talk about later in the video. Thinning underneath the eye area happens because we begin to lose the elasticity and the collagen that we have in our skin. As it is, it's already very thin compared to the rest of the face. It almost begins to get transparent almost. So that's why a lot of the times we'll even notice that we can see the veins, or we can see a lot of purpleness coming through, and that's because we've lost that collagen that we used to once have before. The way that I was able to get rid of or temporarily reduce my dark circles is by getting under eye filler. Now, I know this option is not for everybody, all right, but I just want to kind of talk about it a little bit more and just explain what it did for me. So I want to insert a before and after picture somewhere on the screen. There was a significant difference from what my eyes looked like before and what they looked like immediately right after. So the before and after that you see is actually following right after I had the dermal filler. Under eye filler or dermal fillers, they are these injections that contain hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid is already naturally found in our bodies. So after this derma filler has been injected into the area that you're trying to enhance or restore, then it's going to immediately plump out that skin, and it's going to help smooth any fine lines, any wrinkles. And over time, because the hyaluronic acid is natural to our bodies, it's just going to get absorbed, gonna end up looking really natural and very soft. Under eye fillers are not for everybody. You have to be the right candidate for it. So like I mentioned earlier, in my situation, I had a lot of thinning already happening underneath my eyes. So that made me a good candidate for it, because like I said, with fillers, that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to fill the area where you have a loss of volume. Yes, they are expensive. Yes, they are an investment. They don't come cheap. Was it worth it? Absolutely. I went from looking like I hadn't slept in 20 years to looking like I sleep like 10 plus hours a night. That's the huge difference that it made for me. And I'm not by any means suggesting that you go out and get under eye fillers. That's not what I'm saying. I am just sharing with you guys what I did. And as you could see from the pictures, the huge difference that it made for me. I looked so much younger. My skin just looked fresher. One thing to know about the under eye fillers is they're not a permanent solution. They do last quite a while. Under eye fillers can last anywhere from 18 to 24 months. It depends, everybody's different, but normally that's the range that they last. So if this is something that you would be interested in, then like I said, I recommend that you go speak to a professional like a dermatologist or a registered nurse. And if they determine that you are a candidate, then you can save up for it if this is really something that you would be interested in doing. Pigmentation underneath the eyes. This pigmentation that occurs underneath the eyes actually happens to people that have darker skin tones. So the best way to treat this dark pigmentation underneath the eyes is to use a brightening agent or brightening topical creams. So I recently mentioned in my January favorites video, I talked about this eye cream that I use during the daytime. It's the First Aid's Beauty Niacinamide Brightening Cream. Niacinamide is really great for treating pigmentation, just to help brighten the skin. Something else that I found that really helped with the thinning underneath my eyes, it was incorporating an eye cream that had retinol in it. So the one that I use is the retinol eye cream from the Inky list. I mentioned earlier that the niacinamide eye cream is the one I use for the morning time. This is the one that I use for nighttime. It's great for reducing not only any pigmentation that you might have underneath your eyes, but it's also just gonna help to strengthen that skin that's around that area. So the way retinol works, it really helps to speed up the cell turnover process. So what that means that every certain number of days, our skin goes through a process where it's pushing newer skin to the surface and it's shedding dead skin cells. So by using a retinol eye cream, it's going to slowly over time help to reduce that pigmentation. You're not going to notice a result right away. With any skincare product out there, you have to give it time. You have to let it absorb into the skin. You have to let it do its job. But it is really beneficial to include it in your routine. Aside from reducing any pigmentation underneath your eye, it's also going to help to reduce any fine lines and any wrinkles around your eye as well. You can start by incorporating a retinol eye cream maybe once or twice a week and then slowly build it up from there. Retinol is a product that can be very irritating, so I would say just try it out first. Start slowly and build your way up from there. You've probably heard this a million times. You have to get sleep. It's like, yeah, it's common sense. But the reason why I'm mentioning it, it's because if you are someone that you know you're not getting those dark circles from pigmentation or from any of the other reasons that I mentioned before, and it's because you're not getting enough sleep, I don't want you to go out and buy all these millions of products or try all these different treatments when all you really need to do is get sleep, and that's going to help decrease the dark circles that you're seeing. We've all been there. We can't go to sleep, so we'll pick up the phone, we start scrolling through Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, and before we know it, it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're still watching these videos, and that's so bad for you. It's not just about that you're gonna get dark circles, it's also about your health. So the minimum amount of hours that you should be getting is 7 hours of sleep. 7 hours. Now I know that this is not always ideal. Some of us are working, some of us are in school, and we have tests to study for. I understand this completely. But if you know that you're someone that's purposely choosing not to go to sleep at a decent hour, because you're scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, and then you notice that you're tired all the time, you notice that you have these horrible dark circles, the last thing that I want you to do is to run out and waste your money on products that are not gonna do anything for you simply because you are not sleeping enough. I've been there, I've done that, I've been guilty of those things, and I wasted so much money on so many different products that were supposed to help with my dark circles and didn't do anything. Maybe not because the product was bad, but because I wasn't sleeping. So they kind of go hand in hand. You have to do your part too, and then allow these products or these treatments to do their part. So there you have it, guys. I really hope that this video was able to shed some light on some of the reasons why you might be experiencing those dark circles, and hopefully this can also help you choose the right treatment or the right solution for you. I just want to send a big shout out to the people that have been so supportive and so loving from the beginning with me. You guys know who you are. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for everyone's support and encouragement. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!